Thank you. We do not have anybody joining us online, but we do have one member of the public joining us tonight who I believe has a question.
Absolutely. Ms. Perrin, welcome. And Ms. Van Ness, do we ask our presenter to state their names for the record here? And is that please. Customary? Okay. Even though most of us know you, will get to state your name for our records.
Yeah, Lynn Perrin. I'm from Abbotsford, Pratt Crescent. Yeah, I really appreciate the update with regard to the Columbia Valley composting issue. That was why I'm here. I would be interested in knowing if the response from the Ministry of the Environment will be available online, as was the October 6, 2022 letter from the FVRD to Minister Heyman, and copied to ministers, including the Minister of Agriculture. So will the response from the detailed response from the Ministry of the Environment be available to the public, or will I have to do a Freedom of Information request?
So you're referencing the letter that came under my signature to the minister, or are you referencing
No,
another
I've got
letter?
that one already. I got it online, actually. It's the one that the director referred to, the recent one.
So if it's addressed, let me take a crack at this first, and then maybe I'll ask Karen. If it's, or Director Dixon, if it's addressed to the board, it would come through as correspondence. If it was a response to the board, as when we receive it, it's put on our agenda as correspondence, and you would have access to it when our agenda is posted. So you wouldn't have to do any kind of Freedom of Information request on it. So yeah, so as soon as when and if we get a response to any official correspondence from the regional district, we would post it in our correspondence.
May I give a little context to my inquiry?
Sure.
You know, I was involved in a similar issue in the township of Langley in 1990. A farmer was allowing waste to be spread on his fields, and the local wells were contaminated because of it, and the neighborhood got together and eventually resolved it. And this Columbia Valley isn't the only area where this is a problem, and so I don't know whether it, an effort by local governments who are going to be wrestling with this, or will soon be wrestling with this. Whether there's a good solid strategy that is in play. But I've been very involved in agriculture, and I'm a real strong advocate for it for many, many, many years. But also I've been very involved in public water issues, and also salmon habitat. And so I really hope that the collective can, and working with the provincial government, can come to some kind of really positive plans and resolution. And I look forward to seeing that detailed response from the minister that the director talked about. Thank you.
Thank you. And Director Dixon, I don't know if you wanted to provide some commentary there, because there's been a lot of correspondence that's gone. So I want to try and keep straight what came from the regional district and what came from some of the group and the committee that's working on it.
The reports that I mentioned, there are two of them, and I actually don't know where, if you would find them on the ALC site or the ministry site. However, I did receive permission to share them, and so I have shared them with my community, and I'm going to assume that you could probably find them somewhere, but so both the Ministry of Environment and the ALC said that I could share them, and I had done that.
And those reports, just if I can clarify that, and I hope I'm right, that was correspondence from the ministry to the applicant or to the actual landowner, I guess, or the applicant. Yeah. So
Yeah,
not
I
to the
mean,
regional
sometimes
district.
you can get things online. For instance, I do have the inspection record done by the Ministry of the Environment on that site. The non-compliant report, so I do have that. I was able to get it online. So hopefully I will be able to do the same with what you were speaking about. Thank you.
Yeah, it's been our position, Ms. Perrin, that the province has had the tools and the authority from the beginning to take action on this item, and so that's why you see a lot of the correspondence going back and forth from the province and the relevant ministries, the ALC, directly to the landowner or the applicant. So
I guess I have one more question. Is the local government able to fine the operation for any non-compliance?
Ms. Kinnaman, I think I know the answer, but yeah.
The short answer is no, but perhaps Mr. Daniluz would like to explain the nuances around zoning with respect to this property.
Mr. Daniluz?
Thank you, Chair. If we saw a continuation of the use, which is essentially a landfill use contrary to zoning, we could going forward, I think, ticket on our zoning bylaw. Up until more recently, we understood the use to be a permitted use of Class A compost. So that really confused the matter. The initial claim that it was a Class A compost, but now that that's been settled conclusively, if we saw further deposit, I do think we could be ticketing against our zoning bylaw.
Thanks. All the best, eh?
Thank you.